All right, welcome back. Before we dive into the update that is about to change your entire workflow, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button, drop a comment below, and hit subscribe right now to stay ahead of the AI curve. Okay, let's get into it because this morning something big happened. A major update just landed that really redefines the scale of what's possible for, well, pretty much everyone. I want you to just imagine for a moment that you could take an entire library, say 50 research papers, or that massive, messy code base that you have been dreading to organize, and feed every single page of it into a single prompt. For a long, long time, that kind of power was either just a fantasy or it was locked behind some super expensive enterprise paywall. Well, as of this morning, that reality has shifted. Anthropic has released Sonnet 4.6, and yeah, the tech world is buzzing about benchmarks. But the real story here, the one that actually matters to your daily life, is all about capacity and access for everyone. So let's break down exactly what happened. This is a pretty fundamental shift in how you can interact with AI, so it's definitely worth digging into the specifics. Here it is, the headline number, 1 million tokens. Sonnet 4.6, in its new beta release, now has a 1 million token context window. And just to be perfectly clear, that is double the previous maximum for this model. This is not some small incremental bump. This is a massive leap in scale. So, what does a million tokens actually look like in the real world? Well, it means you can now feed entire code bases into one prompt to hunt for bugs or get help with documentation. It means if you're a student, you can upload dozens of research papers and just query all of them at once. Or if you're a lawyer, you can analyze a super long, complex contract in literally seconds. That barrier of just sheer size, it's being torn down. And you know, this is the part that makes it a true game changer. They didn't save this feature for their highest paying customers. Nope. Sonnet 4.6 is now the default model for every single user, whether you are on a free plan or a pro plan. So the takeaway is simple. The baseline experience for everyone just got a huge, huge upgrade. Okay, so let's move on because this update goes way beyond just reading a ton of text. We're really moving from a tool that just ingests data to one that can act on it, kind of like a digital agent. Anthropic has specifically pointed out improvements in these 3 areas. And that last one, computer use, well, that's where things get really, really interesting. This isn't just about writing code anymore. It's about being able to navigate systems and actually get tasks done. That's a big step forward. And look, this isn't just marketing fluff. It set record scores on OS World, which is a benchmark that tests an AI's ability to actually use a computer operating system. And it also crushed it on SWE-Bench, which is a notoriously difficult software engineering test. These results tell us that the model is getting way better at solving complex, real-world problems. But you know the drill here. This is a calm, hype-free explainer. My job is to give you the full picture. So we need to do a little reality check and see where this model actually sits in the grand hierarchy of AI intelligence. On the ARC AGI-2 benchmark, which is designed to measure skills related to human-like general intelligence, Sonnet 4.6 pulled a score of 60.4%. Now, that is a very solid score, for sure, but the number by itself doesn't quite tell the whole story. What's really interesting here is the context. While Sonnet 4.6's score is impressive, and it puts it ahead of a lot of competitors in its weight class, you can see it's still trailing the big gun god models like its older brother Opus and Google's Gemini 3. So this is key for setting expectations. Sonnet 4.6 is incredibly powerful, but it's not the absolute king of the hill. At least, not yet. So if it's not the absolute smartest model out there, what's Anthropic's strategy? Let's kind of zoom out for a second to understand the bigger picture and what this really signals for the entire AI market. This illustrates their approach perfectly. Think of it this way. Opus 4.6 is the flagship, the Formula One race car designed for maximum power and raw intelligence. Sonnet 4.6 is the efficient, powerful workhorse. It's the daily driver, designed to handle massive amounts of data for the vast majority of tasks and do it incredibly well. And this right here is the key takeaway. By giving a 1 million token context window to its mid-tier default model, Anthropic is basically declaring that massive data processing isn't a luxury anymore. It's becoming a standard expected utility, just like Wi-Fi or electricity. Okay, so let's bring this all back down to earth. Forget the benchmarks, forget the market strategy for a minute. What does this change mean for you today when you sit down at your computer? It means, quite simply, that you have a new engine in your car. Whether you pay for AI or you're using the free version, Your default tool is now significantly more powerful and more capable than it was just yesterday. So I'll just ask you this. Have you been holding back on using AI for some big, complex project because you were worried it just couldn't handle the sheer volume of your data? Well, as of today, that limitation is gone. That barrier has been removed. I really encourage you to take that project you've been putting off, upload it, and see for yourself what a million token window can actually do. Go test it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.